Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Susan Malloy of Silver Lady Stamping, and I am also an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. So just to get started, I feel like it's important to clarify the title of this video, which is that I bought $400 or more than $400 worth of Stampin' Up products that I never used. I don't want to give you the impression that I don't like Stampin' Up products. Far from it. As an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, I love their products. This video is really to talk about the fact that I am so impulsive when it comes to buying craft stuff, whether it's through Stampin' Up or going into Michael's or looking online at any of the other paper crafting companies. You look at the stuff and it's just so great and you love it and you want to get it. So I have always been a rather impulsive purchaser of pretty much anything, from when I was, growing up and I got my first job and had cash in my pocket and I was able to buy whatever I want. Oh yeah, that money would burn a hole through my pocket. Here we are, fast forward to, I'm not going to tell you how many years, but still doing it. And at this, ripe old age that I'm at, I feel like, okay, now maybe I'm getting a little wiser, hopefully. I don't know if you've been in my shoes. You end up like here's a scenario. So you look online and you go through YouTube and you see somebody's video of a stamp set or coloring pencils or coloring technique or whatever it is. And you look at it and you're like, wow, that's really great. I love that. I'm gonna go into the catalog and I'm gonna buy that stamp set, that bundle, those pencils, the chalk, whatever. I'm gonna get that because I really want to make that. So now you have to, so assuming that you're buying it from Stampin' Up, you have to wait at least 10 days, sometimes more now with shipping problems. But let's say you wait 10 days, you get your stuff, you open your box, you're all excited, you look at it and it's great, because it's always fun to get a package from yourself to yourself. But now you forget, it's been 10 days, so you kind of forget, well, wait a minute, what was it that I was looking at that I wanted to use this stuff for? And you forget. And maybe you didn't flag it in YouTube the way you meant to under your favorites. So now you can't remember. So now you go, well, I'll just put it aside and then I'll remember. Well, guess what? If you're anything like me, it gets put aside and you don't pick it back up again. If it's a stamp set that you didn't already have ideas about on your own and you were relying on someone else to give you the inspiration, well, for me, that doesn't always work unless I write it down and remember who it was, whose video it was, to go back and look at it. I may not remember. It gets set aside, and you know what? It doesn't end up getting used. And then over time, like let's assume that it's one of the mini catalogs, because Stampin' Up puts out catalogs 3 times a year. One is the annual catalog, obviously. That one lasts for a year. But then they put out 2 mini catalogs. One is the holiday catalog, right? And that one only lasts for a couple of months, right? So it usually comes out in December, and then it'll last until, I think it lasts until the end of February or something like that. And then they put out a second one, which is, no, it's not going to be the end of February. It comes out earlier than that. It comes out in October or September or something, because that's the holiday one that includes Halloween. So that one will end on December 31st. But then there's the January to June catalog, and that includes stamp sets that have for Easter and Mother's Day and Father's Day and all that. That one lasts from January to June. So if I buy something from one of those catalogs, and they're obviously less than a year, and then the catalog expires, those items may or may not get carried over to the new annual catalog and they retire. Now, as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I don't typically demonstrate on my videos products that my customers can't buy. What's the point for me of showing customers how, how to make something with a product that they may not be able to purchase? Now, yes, you may already have that stamp set, and there's no reason why I can't still show that, and I may do that. But for customers that don't have it, they'd have to go on eBay. Well, that's one way of getting it. But when the items retire, so I set them aside, and I keep them separate from the current products. Well, my pile of retired items, I have boxes and boxes of them. Now I do sell my retired products on my blog, Silver Lady Stamping, and I do have a section at the top for retired products, and I typically sell the items for half of their original retail cost. So if you want to check that out, go to my blog, silverladystamping.com, and check it out. Let me just show you some of the items that I've purchased that I'm no longer using, or just had great ideas and never used them. And when I say that I spent a little bit more than $400 on these items, I'm going to tell you that this is only the items that I have here, because over the last 3 years, I've probably spent double or triple that for items that I never got around to using. So the new catalog is going to be released on officially on May 3rd. As a demonstrator, I already have a copy of the catalog, but I am going into this new catalog buying season with a different mindset, that unless I have the actual cash in my checking account to buy the items, I'm not buying them. The catalog is going to be out for a whole year. I don't have to, this is me trying to convince myself, I don't have to buy everything all at once, right? I feel like I do. I feel like I want to get everything in the catalog. That's how I always feel. But realistically, I'm not going to even be able to get to everything all at once anyway. I'm not going to take every stamp set and die set and paper and all that. I'm not going to be able to sit down nonstop 24 hours a day and make something with everything. So in the past, I would buy a whole bunch of stuff and go, well, look, if I spend at least $150, I can get Stampin' Rewards and get free stuff. And so there would be an incentive to buy more. And then I would get it all and not really do anything with it. So I've decided I cannot do that anymore. Putting it on my credit card I was kind of digging myself into a hole. And the saying that says, when you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. And my credit card balances, and I say balances because I have more than one credit card, and I was putting my crafting purchases on more than one credit card. It's an addiction, right? It's an addiction. God, I don't know. So let me just show you some of what I'm talking about, what I have that is going to be retired once the new catalog comes out in May. And it's not that I'm not going to be able to use this stuff ever again, but I'm not likely to. I haven't used it, and I'm not likely to use it. So I'll just show you quickly some of the things that I have, and maybe you have them. Maybe you've done something with them. I'll run through them kind of quickly. I have a whole bag of stuff. Here's one called Catch You Later. I thought it was super cute. I loved, the kitty. I'm a big kitty person, so I thought it was really super cute. I like that one. And then the monkeys, where am I? Over here. The monkeys I thought were kind of cute. I had seen a saying that said, not my monkeys, not my circus, not my monkeys, or something like that. I thought that was a cute saying that you could just tack on. But despite the fact that I thought this was a super cute stamp set and had ideas about what I was going to do with it, I never did use it. So yeah, forget that. And I think the stamp set was something like $17. So that was $17 wasted. But I'm going to hold on to it for now. You never know, I might get inspired and use it, but that's one. Another one, Birds and Branches. This is like a two-step stamping, which I should have known was not, it's just not, a two-step stamping is not my thing. I don't know why. I don't feel it when I, doing the two-step stamp. I just don't like it. Now, the real reason I bought the whole bundle, because, God forbid I should not get the bundle, was really the dies. Now, I could have just bought the dies, but what's the point in getting the dies unless you get the stamp set? But what I loved about the dies, let me get it into the camera, I particularly liked this one. And so for that reason, I may end up keeping at least the dies. So, let me come over here. So I love this one. I also love that. And then we have the, there's one here on the outline of the bird's nest. Anyway, I think I like the dies, is what I'm trying to tell you. I like the dies. I'm not in love with the stamp set. So that one, I did use the dies on that. I did not use the stamp set. Okay, another one that I thought was pretty, and I had visions of using it for Valentine's Day and did not. I think this was in the mini catalog for the January to June mini catalog. Anyway, Henna Hearts, I love it. I still think it's super pretty. Didn't use it, probably won't use it. I don't know. I just haven't felt inspired, and I don't know, just haven't used it. All right, another one that I felt compelled to buy because everybody seemed to be talking it up, the Art in Bloom, and this is the one that came with the hybrid, let me see, the hybrid embossing folder, because it would emboss and cut. It's like a combination of embossing folder and die. And I kept seeing people online doing things with it, and I said, oh, okay, that's great, I love it. So I had to have it and got it and never used it. Okay, so let's see. I have the decorative masks. Okay, these are, you've probably seen them in the catalog, right? You get like, you get a bunch of different, you know what, maybe I might switch the view on this so you can actually see it a little better than me holding it up to the screen. Let me see if I can do this. Let's see. Okay, maybe this is a better view, right? Let me see if I can bring this down. Okay, so, my camera has just decided to freeze. We'll just do that. We'll go back to here. For some reason, my camera decided to freeze on the down. Oops. All right, so you get in the decorative masks, and this particular one is called Plenty of Patterns. It's called Plenty of Patterns Decorative Masks. Okay. And you get 4. This one's sort of, I don't know, whatever I don't know if you can see it better that way. Kind of pretty pattern. And then you get this one with some, geometric, sort of triangle designs. And then this one is actually kind of a pretty one, And then the last one, this one, which you could use as waves or mermaid scales, etc. Never use them. Now you can use them with your embossing paste. You can just, it's all stuck now. You can use it with your embossing paste and then color it, or you can just tack it down, maybe with some washi tape, and run your Stampin', not the Stampin' blends, but the blending brushes, these things, you know, run it with your whatever color ink you want on them. Never used them, love the idea of it, but just didn't do it. Another one that I had big ideas for, the mini jam jars. Now, they were, let me see here, what am I doing? The mini jam jars comes in a box of 6. Now, these were not cheap. They were $9 for 6 containers. So, you know, you get them, comes like 6 in a box. They're cute. And it came, I think, they were showing them off like with the peach, or the peach, whatever it was, the peach designer series paper, etc. So I thought, oh, these are great. I'll make something up and I'll give them as gifts. Yeah, well, that didn't happen. So I bought 2 boxes. Never used one of them. That's $18 right there, down the drain. What's the point? Oh, also, Eden's Garden, or whatever the name of it was. This is the tissue paper that goes along with it, right? Oop, I'm doing a bad job of this, I'm sorry. So, and it was about, I said $10. I put a little sticky note on it that said $10, but I'm not 100% sure because I couldn't find it. But the paper is really pretty. It is like a tissue-y paper. Some people have said that they crinkled it up, and I don't know what they did with it. To be honest, it was part of the suite. I bought the whole thing because I'm a sucker for that. Had to have the whole thing, you know, unless you have the whole thing, you're not doing it the right way, I always think. Then the next thing you know, I'm not using, you know, I'm using parts of it, not all of it, because the Eden's Garden, or whatever the name of the whole suite is, the designer series paper, which I have by no means used all of it. I've used some of it, but it's really pretty. It is retiring as of when the new catalog comes out, but I've got almost a whole pack of the designer series paper, figures. But this other tissue paper, I never even cracked it open. Another one, this is the one that came out with the, what's it called? The Catch the Wave suite that came out. It was a specialty offering. And this one is the blue foil paper that came with it as part of there's the designer series paper, which again, I have a ton of. But this is the blue foil paper, which I think is so pretty. And I haven't used it, but honestly, even though it's going to be retiring, I feel like I want to keep it. It's just too pretty. It was $17.50, people. So for it to just sit there and be unused, what a waste that is, right? Okay. So let me drag out a few. I don't think I'll go through the whole box, so we'll be here all day. Another one, To the Moon. I actually used this once, twice tops. Trust me. I love the moon though. The big moon. Let me see here. This thing. I love that. It's like a distinctive stamp. So when you ink the stamp up and you put it on the paper, it has a lot of different coloring on it. So I do like it. But there just wasn't enough there for me to come up with a bunch of different ideas. And I bought this stamp set, used it once, maybe twice, and then went into the cabinet, and that was the end of that. This was the Angel Policy stamp set that Stampin' Up puts out every year, and the Angel Policy merely means that for anyone who is using Stampin' Up products to make cards that you then sell, you have to put on the back of your card Stampin' Up's copyright image. And in this particular stamp set, let me see, point in the right direction. It says copyright Stampin' Up. So it's fine. You can sell products that you make using Stampin' Up products, but they want you to tell people that that's what you did. You use Stampin' Up products. Anyway, so every year Stampin' Up puts out a new, what they call the Angel Policy stamp set. And the stamp set has a lot of pretty images, but within the stamp set, there's always you don't always see it. And some people just miss it. But just so you know that there is always an Angel Policy stamp set that they put out every year. And this was one of them, and I liked it and thought I was going to use a lot of it. I don't make cards to sell, so the copyright image didn't matter to me. But the rest of it I thought was really pretty, but never used it. So here you go. So I don't know how much that was. Maybe about $17, something like that. Actually, I have on my, do I have it on? I'm looking at my spreadsheet. Do I have it up there? I probably have it somewhere. I don't know. I can't find it. Here was another one that I thought was super cute. Back on Your Feet. Great for cards where you know somebody who's had an injury or isn't feeling well. Had great ideas about it. I thought always use a get well card, but no, never used it. Let me see, do I have that one on my list? Back on Your Feet. I was pretty sure. Oh, the Angel Policy card. Oh, that was a $17 one. And then the Back on Your Feet one. This one that one cost me $21. Jeez, all this money. I could have gone out to eat a bunch of different times. Handsomely Suited. Really a great stamp set. And coordinating dies. Super coordinating dies, right? To cut out a collar, the ties, a bow tie. And I really liked it. I thought the idea of it was really cute, but honestly, I don't know anybody that wears a necktie anymore, or a bow tie. I like the sentiments, happy Father's Day. I would mask off the handsome part, because, you know, who knows who you're giving it to, if you're giving it to your father or you're giving it to a friend, or, you know, you don't always want the word handsome in there. It has a happy birthday sentiment. So the sentiments were cool. But, you know, the idea of it, I liked, and then I got it naturally. What else? Because everybody seemed to be buying it. And then, sure enough, I don't know. I think I made one card out of it, maybe. I don't even know if I did, to tell you the truth. So that one was, let me see. Do I have that one Handsomely Suited on my... Oh, yeah. So I bought the bundle. Oh, God. The stamp set and the dies. $47. $47 to just do nothing more than sit in my cabinet and not being used. Okay. You see where I'm going with this. That's what like crafting addictions will do to you. You end up buying all this stuff because everybody else seems to be buying it, and it seems like a good idea at the time. And only later, when you start adding it all up, do you realize how much you spend. Eesh. Not good. I love most of my stuff. I mean, if I started taking out everything of mine that I used a million times, that would take up a whole video too. Things like Very Versailles, which is unfortunately retiring. It's not going to be in the new catalog, but it's been available for a couple of years. That one, I'm not getting rid of that stamp set. I absolutely love Very Versailles. What else? I have a whole bunch of things that I absolutely love that I use all the time. So this video, though, is just about the ones that I've spent money on that I haven't really used, which is, and it doesn't mean to say that any of these products are not worthy to purchase. These are just ones that I personally bought and just never found the inspiration or like this one. Okay, Sweet Conversations. This was in the January to June catalog, right? Good one for Valentine's Day. Well, you know, the fact of the matter is time got away from me and I never did get around to using it. So Valentine's Day came and went, and that was the end of that. Now that stamp set is retired now. Now I can hold on to it because there's absolutely no reason why I couldn't use it to make cards next year for friends. I wouldn't probably make cards and then post them online for people to see, but I can certainly use the stamp set to make cards for my own friends. And of course, Sweet Conversations makes you think about the conversation hearts. So I can make, you know, a little gift box or bag, or, you know, and put some of the conversation hearts in them, or just buy a box of conversation hearts and make a card and make the card, put the card with the conversation hearts and give them as a gift. So I may end up holding on to this one just for myself. All right, and then we have, let's see, what else do I have? Oh yeah, Pattern Play. This one, I liked it. I thought it had, you know, potential for like birthdays and all that. Didn't use it. The Right Triangle. Now this stamp set actually coordinates with triangle dies. Now this stamp set is retiring, but the triangle dies are not. When the new catalog comes out, I'm pretty sure the triangle dies are still going to be in there. Are they? Yes, I'm pretty sure they are. I never used it. I did use the triangle dies with designer series paper. Loved that effect. These, never did use it. Another one, Oh Snap. Thought this was the cutest thing ever. Thought it was great for kids cards. My niece has 2 young boys. Thought it would be a great card. Never made anything with it. Etched in Nature. Actually, Etched in Nature is one. I think I got this one for free as a promotion from Stampin' Up. But and I did make some things with it. So I didn't pay anything for this one. But they ended up discontinuing it because they had production problems. The bird image in particular, when you stamped it, you didn't get a good image. And so they finally just discontinued it. So I'm showing you this, but, and you know, I didn't end up paying anything for it. Awesome Otters. Now, otters are just the cutest thing ever, right? Cutest thing ever. Fun fact. Otters will hold hands. The mates, otter mates, will hold hands while they're sleeping in the water, obviously. They're floating in the water, and the otter mates will hold hands so they don't drift apart from each other while they're sleeping. Oh my God. Is that the cutest thing ever? Oh my gosh. I just absolutely loved that fun fact that I saw on Facebook. So I didn't get this after I saw that. I already had this stamp set. Just think it's the cutest thing ever. And I did start to make a couple of cards with it and got mostly done with it. And then I lost all my inspiration. I didn't know what to do next. And I said, okay, so that's the end of that. Let's see. Okay, that one I have. All for Baby. Oh my God. This one I really like. And I did make a couple of cards with it. Think it's super cute. It comes with dies. I did like it, I have to say. I know this was one about what I spent my money on that I didn't use. I didn't use it all that much. How many baby cards can you use? And I really, at my age, I don't really know anybody that's having babies. But it's super cute. If this is your thing. And by the way, I have a video on YouTube and on my blog of the cutest baby bureau card. So I gotta say that video has gotten like, I don't know, a crazy number of views, and I wish I could come up with another idea that would be just as stupendous. And in that, I use the kid, this kid. No, not that kid. This one. Hold on, where am I looking at? This one. The image, this kid's image from Wildly Adorable on that Baby Bureau card. Check it out. It's such a cute project. All right, another one that I bought, a bundle, this one, the Pampered Pets. I didn't use it. I'm a big cat person. I know tons of people are dog people. It also has, you know, I may end up holding on to this one anyway because, you know, it has, where is it? This one? No, this one, this sentiment. So sorry for your loss. People lose their pets, all right? Pets die. And it's important to acknowledge to somebody that you recognize that they're grieving the loss of their pet. So I may hold on to this stamp set. I did not end up using it all that much, but like I said, I think I'm going to hold on to it. And it comes with coordinating dies. So yeah, and then the magnetic sheet, by the way, I got it. Stampin' storage. Awesome way to store your dies rather than having them flop around inside the case. Let's see, what else do I have here that I haven't used much of? Oh, this was one, Crackle Paint. This is a background stamp. And I, you know, it comes, you get the stamp, and then you put the, whatever you call it, you know, the sticker on the back of it. So, you know what? I never even put the sticker on it. Never used it. It's a great, any of the background stamps, if you've ever used them, these are best used in your Stamparatus. Or the other thing you can do is ink it up, lay it flat. Let me do it this way, and then put your paper on top of it. So rather than, you know, we would normally stamp this way. Well, instead of doing that, put it up, ink it up, and then lay your paper on it, your cardstock. Then take a piece of, you know, copy paper or the, you know, the kind that you put into your printer and lay it on top, and then just give the whole thing a rub, and you'll get a good image. Otherwise, just put it on your Stamparatus. So that's just a little tip. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Oh, Stellar Birthday. I did make a card with this. Some people thought that the kids' faces were weird. Do you think they're weird? I thought they just looked like cute little kid faces. And I did make a birthday card with it for my niece's son who turned 10. But that was the only card I made with it, to be honest. Now, this was a bundle, and it came with the Give It a Whirl dies. So you could basically, you know, you could make a card that, you know, you could turn it. It had a little wheel on the side, and you turn it, and the images would, you know, different images would show up. So you can basically use that for any stamp set. It didn't have to necessarily coordinate with that particular stamp set. Well, I have a whole bunch of others, but one of the things too, let's see, I don't know where I put it. I had, let me see, I have the Sweets and Treats stamp set. Let me see. I had it in the holiday catalog. Let me see if I can find it for you, because I don't know what I know what I did with the stamp set. I have it in my Christmas box. And I don't want to go dig it out. Let's see. Sweets and Treats that came with cloche domes. And I don't know if any of you got that one, but oh my God, so, so cute. Let's see if I can find it in the back. I did get that stamp set. Sweets and Treats is on page 11. Okay, page 11. I went sailing right past it. Okay. This is what it looks like. So for any of you that got it, you recognize it, right? Sweets and Treats. So I did get it. Didn't use it even a single time. Thought it would be great to use it, make a card with it, put treats in a bag, give it as gifts. Okay. So then it came with cloche dies. I don't know. I don't remember if I got the cloche dies. I probably did. And then you could buy the cloche, you know, the domes. So you could make it into like a shaker card. So you get, let me see, you get 10 of these, you know, cloche domes. You can pretty much do anything with them. They were $7.50 each, and of course I bought 2. Not sure why, but got 2. That was $15. Never used them. Never used them. What a pain. Then we had one, let's see, I got these mason jar domes, and these were for, what were these for? The mason jars, the jar, not the jar of flowers. Maybe they were, I can't remember now, but yeah, these were from the jar, you know, they coordinate with the jar of flowers stamp set. And that was a bundle because it came, you got a jar punch, and never use these. These were like $7.50. I still can, you still can, you know, I still may end up using them. I think my friend Dawn Robles, R-O-B-L-E-S, I think she ended up making a card out of it, and she, yes, I'm pretty sure. So check her out on YouTube, Dawn, D-A-W-N-R-O-B-L-E-S. She pronounces it Robles. And she put a liquid into the little mason jar dome. So she put, you know, she stamped the flowers, and then she put liquid as if they were really sitting in water. I would just say check out her YouTube videos, and see if you can find that one. I thought it was super cute. I still haven't done anything with it. So, you know what? I think we'll just wrap it up right there. I have more than beaten the dead horse on that one in terms of telling you about the money that I've spent on the products that I never ended up using or only underused them. They're wonderful products. Stampin' Up! Has some great products. Sometimes I felt like they were priced a little bit higher than competitors, but what I realized is that the competitors' products, their cardstock, etc., is not, the other companies' products don't have the same quality as Stampin' Up! And so that's why I'm, for the most part, I don't have a problem with spending a little bit more for cardstock and designer series paper with Stampin' Up! Than I might with someone else. So someone else's designer series paper looks awfully pretty. It's so lovely. It's not always double-sided. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. And Stampin' Up's paper is most often double-sided. They may have a specialty paper, like a foil paper, that won't be double-sided, but the designer series papers are always double-sided. So I never mind paying a little bit more because they're good quality and they're so pretty. But my strategy going forward for the next annual catalog, which for demonstrators, the pre-order has already begun. It doesn't mean that we can order anything we want from the catalog. They limit us to certain items, which is a long list of items we can purchase, but we can't purchase everything. But you can still go hog wild. And so I said, nope. So when I got the catalog in the mail, and I already had my strategy, so when I opened the catalog, I did make a long wish list. But then I made a separate list of what I was going to purchase first. And what I ended up doing was buying some items, and I only spent $114. Now, that is kind of a lot of money by any stretch, let's face it, especially on craft items. If you were to walk into Michael's and walk out of there spending over $100, you'd go, wow, okay, that was a lot of money. But when you consider that my usual purchases with this, when I get a new catalog, has been upwards of $300 on my credit card, that the 114 is pretty reasonable. And I used my debit card, so it came out of my checking account as as cash. That's going to be my strategy from now on, because I just get so discouraged when I see so many products, beautiful items that are just not being used. I mean, what's the point of buying them if I'm not going to use them? And then I end up putting them on my retired products list and sell them for half price. So I do recoup a little bit of money on them, but I'm not recouping all of what I spent. I mean, I would have been better off not buying it at all. So that's my sad story of the amount of money I've spent. And like I said earlier, the $400 plus that I spent on just these products, and some that I didn't bother to show you, is only a fraction of what I've purchased between Christmas things and the mini catalogs over the years, over the last 3 years. I probably have like triple that. I probably spent like $1,200 to $1,500 on stuff I probably have never used or used very little of. So if you're anything like me, maybe when as the catalog comes out, by the end of, it should be, they should be mailing them out by the end of this month. And then when you get your catalog, because it'll be available to start purchasing on May 3rd, I believe, just go into it with a plan. You don't have to purchase everything all at once, because the catalog will be around for 12 months. And keep in mind that later in the year, around September or so, August, September, the new holiday catalog will be coming out. So that'll be something else. You'll be using your money to buy more craft stuff. So good luck with your plan, and happy crafting. Thank you for tuning in. I very much appreciate it. Bye now.